What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I've been sick as a dog for like 3 days. Yesterday, I woke up and felt like I had sunburn. My fever was so bad. So I'm feeling better today. But yeah, if anybody else has like some kind of flu symptoms, I wasn't throwing up, but it was like my throat, my head, yeah, it was bad. But anyways, we have a controversial topic today. We got a YouTube basketball tier list maker. I'm going to rank the best teams on YouTube or the most solidified. So I know there's some smaller teams viewership wise that are out there that still consider them as a team. I'm not disrespecting them, but these are just the teams I feel like are on the forefront in the community. So let's hop into it. And I'll give some explanations why I think certain things. I have not given this thought, so these are my true thoughts. All right, yeah, let's get into it. So how should I start this? Should I start this by going one down? We're just gonna go randomly. We're gonna go in order of this, yeah. All right, so first off, we got Team 2 Hype. There are 9 teams, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them last. Content creators. They do a good job with production, entertainment, stuff like that. Basketball-wise, they lose to everyone on this list. Next up, we got Zone 6. Oh, wow. This is a funny... Okay. Zone 6. Ooh, okay. Zone 6, compared to the other teams on here, this is actually in order so far. They're going to be number 8 just because the guys on the team have talent basketball-wise, but they just don't know how to play as a team. Great entertainers, but just inexperienced, I'll say, basketball-wise. That's all. Not a whole lot of, like, leadership over there. It's just kind of like go out, have some fun. Kind of some ditziness basketball-wise going on over there. No disrespect, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, just entertainers. We're moving on. Next up, we got the Savage Squad. We got the Savage Squad coming in at 7. They can be a difficult matchup for certain people because Big E is a problem. Like in the YouTube basketball realm, there's not a whole lot of big men. So he can be a matchup problem for most teams, and I feel like for that reason they're able to play through Big E, and he gets some easy buckets down there. And I think that's why Savage Squad ended up beating Zone 6 was probably because of Big E. Obviously, they have some nice other pieces. They shoot the ball pretty well. Chauncey's a lockdown, and he's just a playmaker in general. Yeah. All right, next up. This is where it gets really good. This is where it gets honestly really tricky. Really tricky. Really tricky. Wow. Okay. Oh, man. This is... Oh. First of all, I have Chris White on here, but I honestly don't know where to put his team because... I feel like he has to be put in there because of the Hooligans and the brand he's built with the Hooligans. I'm saying unbiased here. Like, I'm not trying to think about his beef with Ball is Life, his Ball is Life's beef with them. I'm not trying to think about that. I'm trying to think about you guys as viewers and the community. And the reality is that he does exist in the community. He has a team. That being said, I don't really know what his team has to offer fully. I know about him. K-Town, which is another big man, but I don't know a whole lot about K-Town's game. And then I know they have Twan, which is he seems really good. He's a wing. That's all I know. Like I haven't even watched him play much. I haven't even seen Twan or K-Town play much. So I don't feel like I can accurately rate their team, so I'm not going to. So we're probably just gonna skip this 6th spot. I don't know where they are, guys. If you guys know where the Hooligans should be, let me know. But I just have not seen enough from them, especially against other teams, because they had the split up and everything like that. I'd be able to rank their old team a lot easier, but the new team can't do it. So we're going to skip this 6th spot. Next up, we got oh man, we got the 5 spot. Oh man, this is where it gets sticky. So far we have Team Frigga left. We have the East Coast squad. We have the Midwest. We have Wild Hunt, and we have the West Coast squad. At the 5 spot, I'm gonna go ahead and put Wild Hunt. I know Wild Hunt has a lot of fans and some serious support behind them, which is warranted. They do a great job making their videos and everything. Like, they do a great job. You know what I'm saying? And they have some great entertainers. Slim's obviously like just a kind of a unicorn. They have some uniqueness on their team, but when it comes to when it comes down to the caffeine games and like winning games, I feel like Nazir is their most polished player that has a lot of experience and really knows how to play within a system or a team or a role. But outside of that, I feel like they have a lot of really unique guys. Also, Jonelle really knows how to play with the team and everything like that. But I feel like those are the 2 most experienced. Outside of that, it's a lot of highlights and stuff like that, which I respect too. Like, everybody has their own path and the different way that they have excelled in the content stuff. So, but with that being said, I do have them at the 5 spot. Oh, and then it gets real sticky up around here. We got Frigga left. We have the East Coast squad. We have Midwest, and we have West Coast. Let's go ahead and solidify something. We're just going to put the West Coast at number 1. They are number 1. And their roster change, like, they recently added somebody named Brandon Moss. His name's Body Bag. If you don't follow him, I would. I think he's going to be huge in the community if he ever really turns the corner. In the next caffeine game with West Coast, you guys will see him. I played a little bit of semi-pro ball with him, like a few games, just kind of like some just getting in some games of like 2 years ago. He's a GOAT. He's different. He's a wing. He can dribble the ball. He is insane in transition on both sides. His chase down blocks. And then offensively, like, he'll go with the prettiest windmill on offense on a fast break. Yeah, he's dynamic. He's a GOAT. And then they have their best roster ever, in my opinion. It's Nitty, Caesar in the backcourt. Nitty and Caesar in the backcourt. Then you got Bionic and Ty as kind of like the forward spots. And then you have Monster at the big. And then you have Brandon Moss, Body Bag, as like a Swiss Army knife that's 6'8". So it's their best roster ever. And they've gotten better, too, playing with each other and stuff. Like, I feel like every team has. So I got them at the 1 spot. They're looking real spooky right now. And they have a game against the Midwest squad coming up on November 30th, which is going to be a huge test against the Midwest squad because we've only seen the Midwest once, and that was against us. And, like, you know, I'll touch on that, but it's going to be a huge test for them, and it's going to really solidify kind of where they are amongst the YouTube teams. But as of right now, with the Midwest, it's kind of tough to rank them because I feel like, first of all, they've only played 1 game, and they lost to us. So I can't put them in front of us, to be honest. So for the 4 spot, man, this is going to seem biased. This is probably going to seem biased. But I'm really thinking about, like, if these teams play each other, the matchups and stuff like that. For the 4 spot, I'm going to go Frigga Fam. Frigga Fam played against Wild Hunt, and they looked good. Frigga was lights out. So that's something to take note of. He was lights out. And it was kind of interesting because they had their fans pick the players. I feel like their solid foundation is, and what I kind of lean on with them playing teams is like Friga, Pontos. I feel like J. Lou is a fan favorite for them, so I think he'll play in the game. So I think Friga, Pontos, J. Lou, Scar. In the 5th, it's kind of a toss-up. They have a lot of good guys, but they have like 10 or 11 people, so I'm trying to like narrow down who it would be. It would probably be either somebody like Nathan or Fombi, or I mean Mark is I don't know if Mark would be in there. I think he should be, but I don't know if he would be in there. That's why it's kind of hard for me to put them any higher than 4, because I don't know who their exact roster is. But to be honest, these 2, 3, and 4 spot can all be interchanged in my opinion. And it's like the same exact ranking. I have the Midwest at 3, and then I do have us at 2, just because we beat the Midwest. But again, I think you can kind of interchange the 2, 3, and 4 spot. I think all these teams can beat each other. I think Friga Fam is real good, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it. Especially with a big like Pontos. They have like role guys, and they really understand how to play. That's why I have them above Wild Hunt, is because I feel like Wild Hunt just is more of like a highlight kind of team, really dynamic, but they don't necessarily do all the little things that it takes to win collectively. I don't think they really have like defined roles, and they may not have like the best chemistry moving the ball together. I think that's why I had them at 5. This is based off of skill. This isn't based off popularity, and how you play together and stuff like that. So yeah, so I got the West Coast at 1. I have us at 2. I have the Midwest at 3. Frigga at 4. Wild Hunt at 5. Savage Squad at 7. Zone 6 at 8. And 2 Hype at 9. Don't know where to put the Hooligans. And let me know if you guys think this is a W list, or kind of where I was off. Because, again, these top 5 spots, I can see fans already having different opinions about that. And I put us at 2 because with our new roster, we are 2-0 with our new roster. We beat the Midwest, and we beat the Savage Squad. I'm not going to give too much, but I thought in the Midwest, where we were really locked in and had to be locked in, we showed that we could be a good team. Against Savage Squad, it was pretty sloppy because the level of play we didn't feel that threatened. So by nature, I feel like we're a little sloppy. But yeah, I have these 3 teams as like almost the same exact overall ranking, and then Wild Hunt maybe just behind. So that's what I'm rolling with. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments. This is going to be a pretty big discussion. I like when you guys comment, so let me know for sure. Road to 10K, man. Appreciate you guys. And I'll see y'all next video. Peace.